I found out about the school before I was working Toyota, so it had to be O'Reilly's. One of my store manager, Ben, he told me about the school. He told me to look into it because I was gonna go to UTI for welding, and so he stopped me there and he told me take a tour here to see if I like it or not. And honestly, it changed my whole perspective of this place and everything.
Well, I was in the Army for about 4 years, and I was a welder in the Army, and I just kind of stumbled upon this school through a friend of mine that was also in the Army, and she recommended me this school, and I did some research and got interested in the Fundamentals of Fabrication because I thought it would better my skills as a welder and a fabricator.
No, my life before Fab School, we moved down to SoCal just to go to Fab School, to kind of, take a break from my current career. Before Fab School, I was, I'm a geneticist and a plant breeder, so I have a company outside of the Fab School where I kind of took a break from after my business partner passed away. I chose to kind of really focus my life on what my passions are and really what I want, so this was like a dream come true.
I originally heard about the Fab School from my old boss, Rob. He was telling me about how great the school is, and I did my own research, did a tour, got hooked on it, and never regret coming here.
Before I joined the Fab School, I was working down in Anaheim for Dependable Off-Road. Always been into trucks, and decided to set my life on that.
I got super into fabrication because I love car scene, off-road, track, drifting, pretty much everything. So that's why I decided to come here. I hope it just gives me the skills I need to build really cool and interesting projects and vehicles in the future, and helps me find a career I enjoy doing.
I was in the military for 12 years. I was in the infantry side. I deployed multiple times. My last 4 years in the Marine Corps where I was an instructor. I taught basic tactics, interior tactics, shotgun breaching, and pistol and rifle marksmanship. And that's what I committed to, and then I got out, and now I want to pursue a different career, something where I can be more creative and possibly start my own business too.
About a month before I came here, I graduated high school. I knew I wasn't going to college, so I just decided to come here. It seemed like a great school. We talked to one of the instructors, and he just seemed like a great guide. It seemed like the right place for me.
I was welding before this, probably for the past 5 years. It was kind of a lot of heavy labor. I hurt my back. I had 2 back surgeries, pretty much back to back. Second back surgery took, and things started to improve, but I was on disability, and I realized that I needed to improve in my skills if I wanted to get a job that wasn't going to have me lifting heavy things all day, every day. So I decided it was a good time to expand my knowledge in this field, and fabricate. This program seemed like a good fit, so that's what I did.
I was interested in fabrication since I graduated high school. I graduated high school in 2011, but I couldn't afford it at the time, so I decided to join the military, and I was in the military until June of last year. So right after I got out of the military, I came back to the Fab School.
What got me interested in the fabrication field, my grandfather, he was a pipe fitter for the U.S. Navy. Whenever there was a problem on a ship, he would get flown out on a helicopter to wherever the ship was. He would repair whatever needed to be repaired, and he would ride the ship back. And I thought that was pretty cool. He's the only person in my family besides me that is a welder, so I just wanted to carry it on.
When I came on the tour, my first impression was it's really big. I mean, there's a lot of machinery that I never used before. A little intimidating. There's a lot of guys here that are older than me, so just, yeah, new experience for me. It was really cool. You learn how to work with the team better, you know, different guys better at different things, and, you know, getting different opinions and viewpoints on how you should solve problems. It's interesting, it's fun.
I think my skills have developed in a lot better way. Even though it was 6 months only, the instructors were very keen with you of what they expected, and if you didn't understand something or it wasn't up to par, they would show you and then they would teach you and they would explain to you how certain things were done. So even if at the beginning of the project it wasn't the best, by the end of it you got better and you learned and you gained more knowledge with it.
Curriculum aside, do you have any favorite memories throughout the program?
I mean, it'd probably just be Kevin. He's just different.
Honestly, what I loved about the class the most was just being able to go in there and be yourself. You didn't have to hide yourself at all. Being in the classroom setting, like, it was always fun. We threw jokes around and we made fun of certain people, you know, we laughed about it all as a class, and it was always cheery. It wasn't like, oh, I don't want to go to class because of this individual. No, nobody was like that. Everybody was open-minded and just had a good time, and then when it was time to get down to business, we got down to business and helped each other out when we needed.
You know, like, first day of school, first week of school, everyone's kind of just filling each other out, and then as the class progresses, it's like everyone's kind of gets really tight, you know, versus other schools or other places I've been with, people tend to like kind of click up or have their own little groups. It felt like there was like this even cohesion throughout the class where everybody was like generally tight.
I mean, I think just the people in general, like, it was pretty easy. The first day I showed up, and I mean, I already made a bunch of friends at the smoke pit since we're all veterans, so.
I don't know, everyone at the school is, you know, positive. Everyone wants to improve themselves, which I love seeing. There's no negativity in this school, no hate. Everyone's just trying to be better.
My favorite project, probably be the first one, the welding table. I still use it to this day. It's very handy. So yeah, that'd probably be my favorite one.
My favorite project was probably the A-arm or the bowl stand. I like the A-arm because I'm into off-road, and so it was something to learn about that I was already interested. And then I like the bowl stand because you could be extremely creative with it.
The one thing I was excited to do was the motorcycle frame and then the A-arm. Because the A-arm I saw, like, it was built from like pretty much scratch, and that's what I'm about. Like, if you just take a bunch of pieces, throw it together, you know, to me that's I enjoy shit like that. I was like, cool, let's build this fucking thing.
My favorite project during the course was probably the roll cage. Got to learn a lot of new things. Maybe do it to my Jeep, put a roll cage in there.
I had a lot of favorite projects. I think the best one for me that I had a lot of fun was a motorcycle one.
It's probably the motorcycle.
The motorcycle project.
The motorcycle.
The motorcycle frame was really fun too.
We gotta finish welding all our like joints and stuff, and then we have a few like sheet metal inlays that we gotta weld.
There assigned welder on the team?
No, we're all taking turns welding. Yeah.
Who's the best out of the group?
We don't have a nice we're all kind of still learning, so.
Cop out.
Yeah.
Who's the best welder in the team? You think you got it? You think you got it?
Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's it right there. Let's tighten it down. See if it notches in.
When I blow my nose,
I don't know if it's because from welding, but black stuff comes out when I blow out my boogers.
Is it only on days when you weld?
Yeah, when I
You're probably just way too close to that shit.
That's probably
Yeah, you like it.
probably. But like I said, I like the smell, to be honest. I was able to get a job at Vertec as a diesel mechanic and a welder. And then they also do fabrication there.
I'm actually planning on visiting family and traveling next month, just because I haven't done that in years. But as soon as I get back, I'm ready to work.
I'm going back to work in an off-road shop back in Texas. Be building some rock crawlers and some race cars and stuff like that. Be pretty fun. I think going into a shop, a professional shop with my skills, I'll be pretty far ahead, but there's always, room for improvement.
I used to work for Dependable Off-Road, and I might go back there, do some of the actual fabrication work rather than just installing lift kits. I feel like the knowledge I've gained and everything that I've learned here has set me above the bar tenfold compared to what I used to be able to do.
No, I got a job. I got a job at GTM Motos, so that's dope. We've been doing that for the last month and a half, 6 days. We do the 4 days here, the Friday and Saturday. We're doing 10-hour days at GTM.
I mean, I have a job lined up right now, but that's probably really about it for now.
Where at?
Brenthal Industries. I just sent them an email, with my resume and some of my pictures of my welds, and they emailed me back and wanted me to come in for a weld test.
After graduation, I have interviews lined up. Hopefully, I'll be working at a shop where they work on razors and Polarises, doing roll cages or the suspension on them.
So after graduation, I'll be working at those military guys. It's a shop right here in Rancho Cucamonga. It's at Rancho Cucamonga. It's actually only about 5 minutes away from here. And they work on a bunch of military vehicles like the Humvees and the LMTVs, and they also, on the side, they work on Polarises and Can-Am, so they do all the services, and they build the cages, all the panels on the inside for all the Pan-Ams and the Polarises.
I do want to say thank you to my mom. She's been the best help. I do want to say thank you to Nick as well. He did help me a lot, especially fixing my mistakes. And then as well as Miguel, he did teach me about something that would always stick to me all the time, that the number one key in life is patience. And I'm still trying to improve it, but that's something that's gonna stick to me. Daniel as well, it was very fun. Then as well as my classmates too, we all learned from each other and everything. Honestly, it was a pretty fun class too. I thank my classmates and everything.
I'd like to give thanks to everyone here at the Fab School. Big shout out to Nick, Daniel, and Miguel. Those were my instructors here. They were very, very helpful, and they have a lot of patience with us, and they're just some awesome people, and everyone in my class are awesome, and they're funny, and I hope that we don't lose contact or help each other out in the future once we get out of the Fab School.
Yeah, my brother, man. We went to the school together. So he was running the company with me up north before we decided to take a break. And so it's like we really leaned on each other, you know, going to school. And our parents really helped, like, you know, having our parents just moved back to SoCal and kind of like, you know, we're in our late 30s, you know what I mean? So like going back to school full time, you're gonna need some kind of support structure, support element outside of school to help hold things down at the house or in your life that's outside of school, so you could just focus and be successful at this. So big up, yeah, my parents, my brother.
Man, I'll give thanks to Nick, Miguel, Daniel, Nate, John, Ian, basically everyone at the school. I never had such an enjoyable moment at a school before, which sounds a little bit weird, but I feel like a nerd saying this, but I love this school.
Just all the instructors here are pretty good. I like them a lot. And then I like to think, you know, my buddies that I came out here with, they took the DDM class. You know, we've been hanging out, you know, living together for the last 6 months. It's been a great time with them, and, you know, we've all learned a lot along the way, teaching each other different things, and, you know, just having fun.
I mean, of course, Nick and Daniel, Miguel too. He had to leave early on, but they've taught me pretty much everything.
I really want to give thanks to Miguel, just because he really was I don't know how to say this, but very supportive. Just learning how to weld, he was very supportive and talked me through a lot of things, and a few personal life stuff he would talk to me about. So definitely one of my favorite teachers here.
I want to say thanks to the instructors for their time and patience. You know, it wasn't just Nick and Daniel that were there, also the other instructors that would pop in and help us out. So thanks for them, you know, being so patient. I want to thank my family for always having my back and supporting me through this, my new career change. You know, it's been tough, but we're gonna get there. We'll get on top again.
I mean, to my teachers, Nick, Miguel, Daniel, they've all been available and 100% there for me every time that I've asked for help. I feel like they really pride themselves on their job, which in turn shows and helps teach us students much better. So yeah, I'd really like to thank my teachers.
I'd like to thank Nick for helping me, and Daniel and Miguel, as well as my mom for helping me, and as well as my girlfriend for pushing me to keep going.
Just, you know, my instructors, Nick, Daniel, Miguel, and thanks for giving me all the knowledge that you guys have, that you've acquired over the years of welding and fabrication and all that stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, my family, because they've put up with me and waking up early, driving this far, and doing this for 6 months, and then also Manny, because he's a great person, and he actually, when I was in the military, I was overseas, so we had to do the virtual tour online and do all the paperwork online, so he was a big help. That doing everything virtually really helped out. And then also everyone at the Fab School, especially my instructors, they're great, full of information. I know I'll be bugging them, and all my classmates, because I know I'll be definitely bugging them and messaging them throughout my career too, just to see wherever they're at.
Special thanks to my parents for helping me out with the school. I really do appreciate it. And special thanks to all my instructors. I appreciate all the knowledge you guys share with me, the tips and tricks. And those would be Nick, Miguel, and Daniel. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me and got me to where I'm at today.
I mean, everyone at the school, all the instructors I had, they definitely helped me out a lot, not knowing anything, and now I'm confident at the school and the programs we had. The tests we had, I felt confident taking them, so they helped me out a lot. All my classmates, I'm sure I asked every single one of them for help or some advice at one point in the school. And then just my family, my daughter and my girlfriend helped me push through it.
I want to say thank you to one more person. I want to thank myself because, you know, I'm the only person that could have done it. So, thank you to myself.